Good evening, good morning, or good afternoon. How are we all doing today? I'm actually not doing very well. I I need to stay busy, but something happened to my dog, and I'm actually not doing that well. But I am the kind of person who likes to stay busy, and so there's nothing else I can do at the moment except for wait and see if she improves. Yeah. So my heart is beating really hard and fast right now, and I do take comfort in other people and staying busy. But what happened is we went out, and the neighbor's dog. There's two of them. They come into our yard sometimes. They're pretty harmless. They never. I don't mind them, but like they started tussling, territorial thing because it's my dog's yard, and which is her right. And then they were just tussling normal, and I went to get her and say, "Come on, let's go," and she all of a sudden like yelped and sat down and looked like disoriented, and I was like, "What the hell?" So I told the other dog to go away and carried her back up to the house and brought her inside and covered her up, and she looked like, I don't know, drunk, and I covered her up, and she hasn't moved. And so I looked at her eyes, and one of them is like up and to the right. And so I did, Lindsay and I did all the research, and from everything we can tell, it looks like we've been able to determine that it's probably old dog vestibular syndrome. Everything fits, and it's fairly common. And they say it's not life threatening, and that you should see improvement in 72 hours, but that's a long time, right? And I don't. Anyway, so we've we're pretty much like, it's not life threatening. She's just dizzy and uncomfortable. She's not in pain. You can tell she's not in pain. I felt all around her body, and you know how dogs are if they're in pain. Um, and so yeah, that's where I am. And so my heart is beating. You know, my heart's just a racing. So, and I'm about. I feel like I could cry. You know how all that goes. Um, so yeah. I feel like teary eyed. So I still want to be here. Yeah, Noodle, thanks. That's reassuring. I appreciate that because it certainly does seem like it. But man, it's making me, you know, have, uh, you know, emotions. I've been through, pets all my life, and it never gets any better. It never gets better when one of them gets sick. It's always like fucking damn, man. I know. And we just lost a pet. I I don't think it's life threatening. Lindsay doesn't, and she said, she would stay home from work tonight. But if I need her, I can call her and she'll come home. But oh man, my heart beats like 120 or something right now. Usually I'm a 60 heartbeats kind of guy. So yeah, but so if I have some uh, abnormal behaviors tonight, that's why. But I still want company. I actually couldn't imagine just sitting here with the sick dog and like just by myself. Oh yeah. Whew.
It's making everyone a bit
So
cranky.
yeah, that's thanks man, I appreciate it. Yeah, I feel sick. And you know, and a part of me feels bad for feeling sick because it's the dog that's sick. All right, I'm gonna try to play this video game, but my hands are shaking too. So, got that hot and cold feeling of worry. Whew, so that's where I am right now, and I'm just gonna try to let the time pass. Maybe she'll improve tomorrow. And, you know, today I was just saying too, I was like, man, she's spry for her age, and she gets around so well and runs around. And what's up, Detour? How you doing? So yeah, she gets up and she runs around, and very active dog for her age. And then this happened, and then I'm just like, ugh, sick to my stomach. Definitely feel like I could vomit, but yeah, from everything we can determine, it's the old dog vestibular syndrome, and we should see improvement in the next few days. She's not in pain. I just don't know how I'm going to get her water and stuff. So, I don't even know where I left off here. Yeah, if I all of a sudden just like have dry heaves on the... You'll know why. Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, she's old, but it never seems... That never seems to help, you know, to tell myself that. Yeah, I'll get a syringe, and I'll have to make her take water, you know, probably in the morning. And my mouth is dry. I never have done good with this pet worry stuff. Like, I can let catastrophe wash over me sometimes in life and handle that calmly, but like fucking pet gets sick and I'm just like, nope. I mean, she's 11. That's not like, you know, that's not the end of the road. Mix it with water, yeah. I couldn't see her eating anything. She's just like not moving. Yeah, I agree. JFK for sure. Yeah, I can't. She's not moving. She's just one of her eyes is just like up in the back of her head, you know. So yeah, we looked everywhere, and that's what we figured it probably was, and it fits really well, and she is of the right age. So I mean these. Hey, Cappy, what's up? Yeah, I'm totally freaked out. I'm absolutely freaked out.
I don't know what we're gonna do. Huh? I hope you're here to help. You've gotta help.
All right. Yeah. What a. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good. Was it something that was reoccurring? Oh man, oh well. At least she doesn't seem to be in pain. I did poke and prod her and do all the feeling around. Okay, well that's good to hear. Hey Phoenix. Not so great. My dog is sick. Not doing well. I myself am just fine, but got pet worry on the brain right now. Hey, thanks, Ski. Yeah, it's gonna be a rough night. I know I'm not gonna sleep. So, yeah, I'm not a person honestly who cries a whole lot in life, but pets, God, I'm just done. I mean, you see me absolutely fall apart. That's the time. Uh, Unashamedly, yeah, I'll just completely break down. Uh, yeah, from everything we've read though, she should recover. So I'll just have to see how it gets. In the morning.
Yes?
Did the machine just say degenerate?
Hey, why these settlers aren't even assigned? I want to try. Yeah, I agree, Phoenix, and I'm about on the edge right now. But we'll hang in there, you know.
Just looking to trade a little.
Whew. Oh yeah, dogs and emotional contagion, right? Yeah, for sure. 10,000 years of, coexistence. That's what you'll get. Thank you, Phoenix.
Things
hope
are
you
getting
can
crowded.
count on the
They've
Minutemen.
kidnapped
More
my
beds
friend.
would lift everyone's spirits.
I just need to trade gear with you.
Sure thing.
Oh boy. Yeah, that this all was like right before, well, in the last hour. Thank you, Ian. That's very nice. So, just to
Can we trade a few things?
Yeah, so Fallout, right? I spent a lot of time today getting my other Nomads playthrough going. Getting it ready for whenever we get back to that. Yep, I started a fresh Nomads playthrough. You know, I have the survival one, but I'm going to use that for completely different settlements. So I'm going to recreate the character that you're looking at right now, more or less. So I unlocked all the locations with console commands because I'm not doing all that again. I've already done it like 6 times and I'm just not inclined. So I made the character also with console commands the same exact level as this one. 176. Durkin the second, yep. So I made the level the same and I unlocked all the locations and got the same perks, right? So it should look the same. And there are some things you have to do again. So I'm doing the whole Nuka-World storyline right now so I can get the settlement objects. And I also use console commands to unlock my magazines, right? Because you can do that instead of duping. So I thought maybe it was fair. You know, I've done it so many times. I'm just going to get it back to where this character is so that we can do exactly the same thing. Otherwise, we're looking at, you know, I would have to play for months to get that character back. Anywhere remotely close. And I just, you know, I just don't have the time. So it will be a facsimile. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's not like I'm doing, you know, claiming a Nomads playthrough. We'll still use. Whoa, what did I just do?
I
All
just
the
want to trade a
same.
few things.
Dang it! I took all his stuff. I accidentally hit the square button, or X rather. Yeah. So I'm just recreating the character, and there's some things you have to do over. So I have to do all the DLC over, and all the Creation Club quests, so I can get the Nuka-Cola stuff. And but when you see it, when I get done with all that, it should look pretty much exactly the same. Yeah, yeah, it would. So we'll have the modded playthrough, we'll have the survival playthrough, and we'll have the no mods playthrough to mess around with. Oh, I did get the link up for tonight. So Saturday, I have a collaboration with Beans coming up, which I was excited about. We set that up today, and we talked on the phone again, which I find to be so fun to, you know, hear you guys on the telephone in real time, like, or on the stream, as the case may be. I find that to be so much fun. And so we got them all set up with the collaborations and the premieres and all that stuff. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun already. So um, he's a cool dude. And the projects turned out well. Yeah, we hope that you guys will like it. We are happy with the whole thing. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yep, he totally is. He's the kind of guy that if you aren't careful, you could end up talking for hours, right? So he's just very personable. Just Beans, Phoenix. These settlers will not leave me alone. I just want to assign that. Yeah, it was a super fun project. Um, the collaboration is called Picnic at Kingsport. So and they're up right now, but all you can see is the thumbnail. But that is the idea, and we'll explain the rest when we get to it. So these are actually micro builds, unlike what Great Grandpa and I have done. Those aren't. It's kind of like become a joke at this point. They're absolutely gargantuan. So that it's funny at the but will there be food? So which side of this do the workers work on? The side that sticks up, or the settlers? They work on the side that sticks up, or is it the short side? I can never remember. I know, I can never remember. Who's got the good memory? Which side do they work on with Hey Tango, what's up? The side with the shells? Right, but the left side, the piece here, the long piece or the short piece? It's the long side. Thanks, Tango. Yep. All right. Good. Let's just put this right here. What's up, Dwarf? How you doing? Actually, I did a terrible job with that. I'm gonna do it over. I should have checked it. Okay, so that should work. I'm trying to get some people up here. Weird, the Mila sunk into the roof, whatever. I need more tires up here. Bye, Noodle. Oh, it's Fallout buzzing. Thanks for letting me know. I can't wait to play a playthrough where I have sound again. Yeah, I turned it off. Yeah, I was putting together my no mods playthrough on PC, so we will have sound eventually again, but just not on this save. All right, let's see if I can get another person up here, or any at all, really. Yep, you need more than 2 days. We'll use this lady here. So when we do the modded build, probably we might be there by Saturday, but I do want to focus on using a lot of the vanilla assets so that the build still remains pretty familiar. So basically just what we usually do, but with place everywhere, and console commands. And it'll be cool, I think, to contrast between the two. And then I'll get another poll up almost right away. But we'll keep it pretty low key. I do want to do a lot of, when you see like old TV shows in like Paris or London or something like that, where they have like the real narrow kind of streets with the tall buildings. I would like to capture that kind of a feel at Ten Pines. So that's kind of like my inspiration. Oh, I do have Conquest actually. You know what, Tango? We could put that in the next poll. Indeterminate location, and then we could all walk around and find one. I agree, Cappy. I started a spreadsheet just to like so I could remember where everything was across all the mods, but man, I want to try to stay a little more focused with build pieces with 10 pines though. But I will use posts and plywood, cinder blocks, fencing pieces, stuff like that. Hey, Mr. Radstorm, how you doing? Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, we were just kind of going over some of the future settlements. Yeah, I do have woodies. It's pretty great. I saw your video, Cappy, where you made the little cabin. Yeah, the windows are cool. Woody's Wasteland is a very popular mod pack. But yeah, that's Tango. That's a really cool idea. Yeah, we can use Conquest and vote on and choose our own location for one of the choices on the next survey. Very cool. Ah, well, I don't always get the kids' sense of humor. Don't forget, I'm over 50. Some of that stuff goes right over my head. Noodle. They won't let me do they won't let me do more than 4 choices. I do have Kuro installed, but I can't get it to show up. I also have Homemaker and Scrappy House Kits installed and Sabrina's Workshop. Yeah, of course these. Oh, hey. What in the world was I doing there? I can't remember what I was putting in here. Detour, that stuff was cracking me up. Did you see the Dan's fans reference in the episode 4? Where do I put this thing for now? That was awesome. I don't actually know where to put this now. I guess we'll just put it back on the wall. Oops. I can't remember what I was putting in there in the camera place, unless it was the let's go over there. Oh yeah, I want to get someone else in here, considering the bartender ended up on the roof. I'll have to push him back there for the video. Break heart banks, yeah. That's pretty cool. Thick excavation, yeah. Actually, Lindsay and I tried to build there and it did not go well. Or was it done now I'm blanking on the, was it Thicket or the other quarry? The one with Krem, where you get Krem's tooth. Um, we tried to build at that one. Dunwich, is that? I'm not very good at the names. Dunwich, that's right. Yeah, it did not go well. Glitched out on us a lot. Uh, I have a lot of mods. Yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you the mods that are installed when we get to that. Maybe Saturday. Was that the arena stand for the cameraman? Yeah. Mildred. He's gone. Dang. So the cameraman and the bartender are probably on the roof. Nope. He's gone. Hey, Navia, what's up? I have pieces from Corvega and Fiddler's Green. Yeah, the cameraman is gone. Oh gosh, that's just a shame. Well, I'll have to replace him before I do the video. Yeah, I mean, that's relatable. I overbuild every settlement by a stupid amount. Yeah, I have no idea what happened to the cameraman. Oh well. Keep decorating, that's all we can do. I'll probably glitch a couple of these in here. You know, in retrospect, I should have just used these, but live and learn. Let's see. Well, the thing about this is that at least the holes will be covered up. So where is my campfire? At least my ticket booth workers never disappeared. You know, I have to put that on a rug. Yeah, wooden benches might work. The thing I hate about the wooden benches is that I never know which direction they're facing until I place them, and they almost always seem to be the wrong way. I bet you it's the opposite. I bet you Fallout 4 had a huge budget. Yeah, it's not letting me. Yeah, we'll try the wooden benches, but I think it's more. Yeah, it never works for me. Let's see. Yeah, these things are finicky. Well, weird. Hmm. Right on. We were just talking about all of your hate speech. I might be able to rug this. It's a little low, but it'll be okay, right? Actually, I'll use the... Let's go with... Hey, Dave, how you doing? You know what? I read shittable bleachers. Is that what you said? No. That's what I saw. Well, that's what I saw. Yeah, me too. Shit. Because of the outhouse, right? I was like, yeah, I guess they are. It's a yeah. It's a new innovation in stadium design. Never leave your seat. Shittable bleachers. Yeah, it would be. I don't think we need to completely fill all these up. You know, just get a couple of these in here. Dang. Hey, Keith, what's up? I don't think Dave does a whole lot of slacking. It's still low. Actually, either way, I would have to. Wait, no, it needs to be up, raised anyway. Are you running out of data or battery? No matter how many you put there, that's really weird. It still falls that amount. All right, Dwarf, have a good night. Thanks for stopping in. Of course. Well, I think I have it. Hey, no problem, Dave. That's the way it works. This isn't going to work. No, it wouldn't do it. It would not recognize my campfire. All right, I'm going to decorate and come back to it. Let it percolate and try it again. Yeah, it wouldn't let me sync a post. I have no idea why. because I couldn't sync the pillar key. When I reload the game, I will be able to try to sync the pillar again. At least that is my experience. When I can't get the syncing to work, sometimes I can get it to work another time. And then, yeah, at that point, the, Schiller and rug would work just fine. Of course, I could do a whole bunch of finagling with the shorter post and get the height just right. And all that good stuff. All right, where are we? Turn it off and on again. This corpse is really cramping my style. I know. I don't know if the other ones are still there from the Great Robot Restaurant Worker Battle of 2277. Yep, they're still there. No idea. Yeah. Oh, I hate the ghouls in the cabin. I mean, come on. In Croup Manor. It's ridiculous. Cameras. Lindsay actually tried that tango and it did not work. At least not for her. Anybody else have any luck with that method? I tried all the other stuff that Squeezy suggested. Blowing it up, eating it, dragging it away. Why are you here? Trash cans in here. Nope. That's cool. I may end up doing that for the modded build that we have coming up, but it's 10 binds. I won't have to worry about it. Yeah, that's a good one to get rid of for sure. Worst ghoul of all the ghouls, right? Oh, thanks, Noodle. We're going all out with the decorations here since they don't really matter. I mean, I'm not going to need them again. Good. Hey, all the magazines in there disappeared. Weird stuff. Hmm. I've tried cannibalizing them. Ghoul avalanche. All right. Ghoul wall, right? Yeah, they can. I did that with my Codsworth cabin. Codsworth's cabin. I just made him part of the build. Yeah, I was playing Nuka-World today on my modded or no mods playthrough, so I can get the settlement objects. All you have to do is kill all the raiders, I think, right? And then they all show up. Open season. You mean my Codsworth's cabin and the one that Phoenix did? Um, Squeezy actually issued a challenge in one of his videos. I haven't seen too many of them though. It was a while ago. I think it was the same one. I have not watched Phoenix's yet. It is on my list for. Right. I'm not sure if everyone was responding to Squeezy's challenge where he said to try to make a cabin for one of your companions or each of the companions. That's why I did mine, but looks like a work area. Claw hammer, clean broom. I have brooms up here. No, I don't. Let's just use a dirty broom. Why are you here? It's, it's so many strange things. I do believe that it did help, but I had some real strong But yeah, especially when I go near the settlements that I scrapped. Like I deleted the entire Triangle of Death, for instance. Correct. And I just deleted anything that really wasn't that great anyway. Yeah, that too. Oh, yes. Yeah, I believe that I did end up um, making sure I had the right one, but what you're hearing now is no sound because it's a different issue. The save with all this save bloat actually stopped producing sound. And then when it does make sound, it has an incredible buzzing with it. And it's definitely only isolated to Fallout 4. But yeah, it was good to know what you were running um, for a basic comparison. Yeah. So yeah, when I when we migrate over to my PC, we'll have game sound. Yeah, some weird stuff is just like happening, and really weird stuff happens in this settlement. With the fighting and the all sorts of sinking of objects. I love Dumb and Dumber. Yep. Samsonite. Look at this. This is just like hanging off the side. Weird. Just go, man. They're still there. They can be a little hard to see. Yeah, it's a post-it. Yeah, but definitely some weird glitchy stuff happening here at Nuka Red Rocket. Did I make a third one? Huh. That would be weird. I don't remember if I did now. Well, that... I wonder... Huh. Well, that sucks. Yeah, definitely some weird stuff going on. Disappearing settlers, settlers fighting. Right? They're fighting each other. So weird. I will have to try to clean some of this up before I do the video, but dropped right from the sky. Right. Well, the trays are going to jump around. So yeah, the collaboration with Beans is Saturday, but also I think next week I might just try to get Visitor Center out. Because we haven't seen... I hope so. It's a tough one. It's so, dark and gloomy and... Yeah, I'll see if I can get the right music. We'll see. But that, I realized, I missed that one. It was fun. Well, they're just gonna knock all this stuff off. see here. Always got to be coffee cups. Just everywhere. And I really hope I can get the settlers posed again. Yeah, for real. I can't remember what is the weather show method. I thought I remembered us talking about if you stay there long enough, it'll kind of clear up for you. I did get some decent footage, but it took a lot of tries. Yeah, I think it did work. However, I fast traveled to other places and came back, and so it kind of reset. I remember talking about whether Tiny Wrench um they stacked or whether one reset the other. You know what I mean? So if you use one, then use another one, does the second one reset the first, or is the second one wasted? Cool. Yeah, I remember it working. I'm pretty sure that it did work there for a while before I fast traveled away. And then after that, I couldn't get it to take again. Okay, cool. I always operated under the assumption that it was kind of a waste to fire them off one after the other real quick. Whoa, the settlement got attacked while I was up here. I hadn't even noticed. Yeah, let me think. Let's see. I have the Longfellow Hotel. I think that I got it to be sunny there. I had Echo Lake. I think I got some sun there. Who attacked us? Dalton Farm. I think I managed as well. I'm not sure. That's an old one. Yeah, I don't see any enemies. Remember, we just built a hotel real quick. I know. So many rad storms. See you, Dave. Have a good one. Hope your work goes well. Hey, Cockney, how you doing? What are we up to tonight? Well, I guess it's would be morning for you if I take your username literally. Yeah, it never stops, does it? Hey, Detour. Yeah, you do. Well, Cockney, thanks for stopping in. This is the tail end of this build. We're just in decorating phase. but it's our Nuka-World Red Rocket. The Red Rocket Robot Raceway at Robco Downs. So we're just doing the decorations all over the settlement. It's not really a settlement in the strict terms. I don't know what I'd call it. It's only a model. 'Tis a silly place. All right, we got kitchen stuff. All right. Oh, what a fail of depth perception. Will they stay, those cooking oils? I thought I've tried it and they did not stay. Let's try. Awesome, thanks. I think they fall over. Don't they fall over pretty easily? I think so. That's all right. They look pretty good. Yeah, they are. Actually, I can barely ever get them to do it. I usually just put them on their side. But that worked well. Coolant cap. Hey, and the sun comes up. As long as these two stay, I'll be happy. Where would we? I don't know if we'd need yarn. Wonder what happened to the cameraman. That bugs me. Gotta have fans. Those posters are making that difficult. Let's just throw one down here. Mostly, I just like the way they look. I haven't even seen them go back to their workstations yet, which worries me a little bit. I don't know. Guess I'm just weird like that. Yeah, I don't think I've seen any of them back at their stations for a while. Hmm. Yeah, Dan doesn't have a huge presence out here. Not yet. we okay? Are we doing better? Hold on, I want to... Nope, she's still got it. Can I help? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I was checking on my dog, who is not doing well today. I can't tell. It almost seemed like her eye was not as far up. I hope that it's not just my wishful thinking, but it looked like maybe it wasn't as bad. But I don't actually know. I can't tell. So I will continue to check. Yeah, I think it is a condition that old dogs happen. She was tussling with the neighbor's dog, and all of a sudden just like yelped and sat down, looked a little drunk or dizzy, and her right eye is kind of up into her head a little bit. And so I looked it up, and it's a condition that does happen. And Noodle said that she's familiar with it. She's not in pain. She's just acting like sick, I guess. Drunk, dizzy. So the best I can do, I mean, she's 11. We figure that's not the end of the road, but it looks like maybe it was not as bad. But I'll have to get a light and take a closer look. She really just doesn't want to be bothered at the moment. So, I mean, she's a good-natured dog, but, I don't blame her. But I do have to look. Whoa, I'm stuck. But yeah, maybe it looks a little better. All right. Let's see. I missed a couple things that should go here. That's not actually what I wanted. Fine. Oops. I won't need them. Thanks, Tango. Yeah, I hope so too. She is was such in good spirits of late. Very lively, you know, but all right, I'm just about to take a break here. And I will turn the light on and get a closer look and all that good stuff. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching tonight, and of course for everybody that hangs out. That's the good part. And thanks for giving the stream a thumbs up and subbing to the channel and all that good stuff. Always greatly appreciated. And I'm about to check on my dog more closely, see what's up with her eye. I thought maybe at first she was having a stroke, but everything else seems to be working, just not, just her eye. And since it was sudden, it probably isn't an infection. Um, but I'm used to, I've taken her for granted because she's been such a resilient dog. Easy to take those for granted. I mean, you're very welcome. All right. I'm very appreciative, for sure. All right. Yeah, we'll take a look here at a break in just a moment. I have a headache. Yeah, I feel like the decoration has gone pretty fast. I mean, a lot of this is a big build, you know, so it's not as much of a detail build, you know, something like Merkwater or something. I think was decoration intensive. Vault 88 was. And this certainly will have a fair share, but you know, it's more of a macro build than a, you know, focusing on the tiny things, which will still help, but like Covenant, that was a detail intensive build that was really dependent upon getting the details right. So some more than others, you know. So yeah, we are finishing up Nuka-Red Rocket. Next, we will be at 10 Pines. 10 Pines, and that build will be the first one that we've done using mods. The M word. I'm still laughing at what Noodle said earlier about never ending surveys of 4 groups of settlements. Yeah, yeah. Kind of like that, isn't it? That's right, the dirty M word. But I think it'll be a fun build. Probably be able to make short work of a small-ish settlement like 10 Pines. I say that, and then we're like 3 weeks later. Although, like, you know, Jamaica Plain only took like 50 hours, 50, 60. Although that's a smaller settlement than 10 Pines. How do the settlements rank in size? We never talk about that. This is obviously a pretty huge build area. Of course, you have Spectacle and Vault 88 with ridiculous build areas. Starlight. But where does 10 Pines fit in build size? It doesn't feel like a huge settlement to me, but that may just be misleading. How many heavy sighs and staring at the screen? By me, you mean? 17. And no, still haven't found Samantha Mulder. We are still in decoration phase here. It's only a little bit of sighing. Well, it's only decorations. On a normal night, I might have hit 30 by now. I think that's fair. Daegu night. Is that the pronunciation? I apologize if I have butchered it. I should have brushed up on my obscure YouTube username pronunciation guide. It's my bad, honestly. Hey, Medium Man, what's up? Now we have 2 people interested in Samantha's whereabouts. It was a lonely club. Thanks, man. That sure is. Yep. All right. So I'll pronounce it Derfelschnert. Hey, Art, what's up? How you doing? It's Autonomous Prime. Yeah, I had a mixed day. You know, I have an unwell dog sitting here next to me. So, other than that, it went well. So if it is the I can't even remember the name of it now. The syndrome that the dogs get with the eye, then the best thing is just relaxation until, you know. So it's just waiting, right? Just you have to just wait. I know I'm talking about my dog a lot tonight, but it is on my mind. I was freaking out. I'm not ready for the end, so she's not allowed to go just quite. Kind of, yeah. I would say kind of, yeah. Greaser era, you know, Fallout, retro futuristic, healthy mix of 50s for sure. She is a mutt. Cat, what are you doing? Something got knocked over. I actually did her DNA a long time ago. She's got some boxer, some pit bull, some coonhound, and some terrier. So she goes about 35 pounds, high energy, which is usually good because she seems very healthy. All right, I didn't do that. How many of us do that? Rotate the thing just so. Drop it. Falls right in front of where you want it. I don't have any kind of first aid here at the stadium. So, should we build a hospital? I mean, I feel like I should build a hospital. Yeah, we definitely need a hospital. All right, we'll toss that idea around. Like a big one too, like, surgery, imaging for bots. For both. Crematorium. That's what you always see at stadiums, right? Crematoriums. A bot spittle. Very good. Kudos there. That's right. How am I going to get strange meat? I had a Butcher Pete robot at my Merkwater. Robotarium. I liked Bot Spittle. That's pretty great. And then I've also got, if you can hear her in the background, a 19-year-old cat. So my dog and our elderly cat. I say my dog because I brought the dog. You know how, you know, the pet that you started out with, you still think of it as yours. Um, all right. Well, this cat I had in college, so given that was a long time ago for me, I'm 52. So college was a bit a while ago. I guess you guys over there say college for what we call high school, but I mean it as university. Back in the 1920s, right? No, the 90s and 2000s. He might. He's probably asleep. Secondary, you call it secondary. 97. I was there in 97 too. We might be of an age or close. Although I was a little bit of a late bloomer. Well, okay. So in high school, I was a bit of a slacker. And I did not do things like homework, but I got college entrance anyway on the strength of like test scores and all that crap. So I went and did not do well because I did not have the maturity and all that was necessary. So I dropped out. And then I later went back when I was like 27, and I was much better suited for it at that point. And so that's where, in the late 90s, is where I was at UCF in Orlando. 51, yeah. So I'm a year older than you. Same age cats. Yeah, that's cool too. Class of 98. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. Non-traditional definitely describes me in pretty much every aspect of my life. Yeah, I was a bad student at first and then I became a good student. Quite a contrast. 15. Let's see. I was working at 15. I wasn't doing what you were doing. I was there's like child labor laws and stuff, so I couldn't like work full time. But I was working. I did so when I was 14, I did some maintenance work, light maintenance work at a school that my aunt worked at. I do stuff like put lattice up, repair desks. I was doing that at 14. And I did some restaurant work like at 16, um, that kind of stuff. And I was always doing my own stuff, trying to make my own money. '94, 15, and 94. I was 20 years old in '94. Paper route is not my favorite job I've ever had. I thought it sucked. Oh, that's cool. Photo tag. See anything interesting? Oh, I did the pizza shop circuit detour. I delivered a lot of pizzas. A lot of pizzas. Oh boy. I used to buy just like $300 cars, which you could do in like the 90s, and just like run those things into the ground and just like abandon them when I was done with them. Small 60 houses route. 60 houses. That doesn't sound small. What did you see? Name a very interesting thing. Oh, I never took my break. I got caught up in. That's okay. A couple few $100 cars. A few $100 cars. I bought cars with quarters a couple times, rolls of quarters. Mostly I just bought old Hondas and Toyotas to deliver in, and like Ford Rangers and stuff like that were cheap. I also waited tables and worked in broiler rooms and all the restaurant stuff and grocery stores and gas stations and Dad joke alert. Nudes, couples. Oh, gosh. Crime scene photos. Uh, oh, wow. Yeah. That's right. Good old fashioned cardboard. I love it that they gave us a palette because that looks cool. Hmm. I've wrecked a couple cars. The first car I wrecked, an old lady pulled out in front of me and I T-boned her. She ran a stop sign and I T-boned her in my Chevy S10 and she died. And I've wrecked some other cars doing really ill-advised things. Uh, yep. I was delivering pizzas of all things, and she ran a stop sign, and I ran 35 miles an hour to dead, dead. No pun intended, pun intended. Let's say it was intended. Yeah, it was actually effed up. I think about it still. I was like 18 years old at the time. And you know what? So like the wheel on my truck just like rolled down the road and the engine like was right in the inside of the cab with me and the steering wheel was right up against me and I got up and walked away from that and I have pictures of the wreck. It's nuts. Yeah, it was nuts. And I actually delivered the pizza. I like the house was just down the street. I was almost there. I delivered the pizza because it actually survived. There were times, this is funny, where I would just lightly brake and a pizza would get ruined in my car. The toppings would slide and then people would call back and my pizza's ruined. And this time, nope, pizza was fine. It probably had cooled off a little bit. I delivered it and guess what? They didn't even tip me. That's some cold, cold stuff right there. Cold emotions. They just looked at me, gave me the money, and closed the door. Thanks. Thank you. I'm like some kid. I'm literally like a kid at the time. And they stiffed me after getting wrecked and delivering their pizza anyway. Takes all kinds. Wild. Yeah, they are wild, Detour. It's funny because I've done a lot of restaurant work, and something actually did learn is that most people are pretty okay. It's just the 1 out of 10 that actually makes it suck. But most people I thought were just all right. They were just fine. I was the opposite. I preferred delivering over waiting tables. I'm a natural introvert and I liked being by myself most of the night. This job would be great if it wasn't for the effing customers. Damn, dude. It's funny how that works, doesn't it? You know, I've gotten hurt more riding my bike than I did in some of those car crashes. I say some of those car crashes. Yeah, there's been a few. 7 years old though. Oh wow, in COVID, I usually have a second job. Like I teach online as my primary income, but I a lot of times I'll get a second job and I'll either sock that money away in our retirement or I'll like uh, buy stuff I don't need, like cars. But I'll, a lot of times I'll do a second one. But during COVID, I was driving a box truck, delivering stuff to gas stations. That was rude. Did you see that guy? He knocked that right out of my hand. Delivering stuff to gas stations in the middle of the night. So I had a route all along the Gulf Coast from Baton Rouge all the way to Biloxi and Gulfport. Hold on, my dog's trying to move around. You all right? You feeling better? She doesn't feel hot or anything. All right, you need to rest. I wonder if I could give her anything to relax her. I'm sorry, girl. I'm sorry. Oh no, she feels bad. Hold on, I'm petting the dog. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm right here. Okay? I'm right here. I'm right here. You want to lay down? Here we go. Here's your blankie. All right. I hope you can lay down. All right. Just need to rest. At least she's moving around a little bit. I suppose I'll take that as a positive development. Kind of looks like a robot part. Yeah, I hope so. She's clearly like confused or something. But she reacted positively to my touch. and I find that to be encouraging. And I'm definitely sitting here having emotions trying to. Yeah. That is a flight data recorder. You can get them in some of the downed airplanes. Actually, this, I don't need those there. It's weird, honestly, that they didn't have like police and fireman outfits. For the settlers, you know? We get the postal one, and I think that one's actually pretty cool. Hey, Electron, how you doing? Actually, I'll go up here real quick. All right. So, blowtorch. Oh, hey Shane, how you doing? Um, this build is on the Xbox. No mods. I do have PC builds, but this it's funny you ask because we are kind of finishing off the end of an era here because I'm migrating all of my Fallout playthroughs to PC at the moment. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, this is my I'm getting some save bloat issues, and although it's been pretty smooth today, uh I'll have some strange things happen from time to time. It actually feels really good today. But a lot of times you'll see some like herky jerkiness that it's kind of like it'll look like kind of sputter. Um and it'll do some other weird things with like Fallout being Fallout, right? But also I have abused the hell out of this game. I've abused the save, I've abused every settlement uh in a quest to see just how far I can push it, and it turns out a lot, but there's a price to pay for that. I've deleted like 12 settlements to try to bring some stability to the save because I want to finish this build pretty badly. And I still have some micro builds I'm doing on this save, and I could probably fit another small build. Hey Shane, you should definitely play. And thank you. Yeah. Yeah, hop on and build something. Go to Red Rocket and throw something up while I'm here. A lot of people do end up just building at the same time. Oh, I haven't done that one. Yeah, the next settlement we're doing, like I said, is 10 Pines, and it will be a modded one. It'll be the first one on the stream that is modded. All the rest have been no mods. Let's see, Jamaica Plains, Starlight, Murkwater, Vault 88 Visitor Center. Am I missing any? Nuka-Red Rocket. Feel like maybe there was one more. I'm forgetting. Covenant. Thank you. Yep. We finished up Covenant. So all of those have been without mods, but we're going to do something a little different, mix it up for next time. And we'll throw up another poll. And Tango had a cool suggestion for throwing a conquest settlement in there where we can go and maybe pick our own site, walk around a bit. That'd be pretty fun. I like that very, very much. So we'll throw that in the poll and see how it does. I'm doing a build now, micro build with, if you guys watch Fish and Chips, I've mentioned him before, Tango. You asked me if he was British, and I believe so, yes. You can usually tell by the hours that we talk. But yeah, we're doing a build in Far Harbor with Conquest. And our micro build is that we must build a bridge. We can choose the location, and it has to feature vehicles. And so, yeah, I was walking around Far Harbor forever trying to find the right place. Um, and I finally found it. So, conquest is a lot of fun for sure, is the moral of that story. So, I've got like 5 of the micro builds in progress right now. Um, I love doing them, they're so much fun. They're all in various stages. Well, some of them I can't work on until I finish Red Rocket because I actually don't want to fast travel out of here again. Last time it was just friggin' chaos. So the one, Electron and I were working on one, and Detour. Um, I'm just gonna have to wait till this build's finished. I could start a new save, but I also don't want to start new saves. Also, something I'm trying to avoid. So, but I will get back to those after we do Red Rocket, finish it up, which shouldn't be too long. Who else is there? Well, Great Grandpa, we finished ours. Holly and I were gonna do one, but she's been busy, so I don't know when that'll happen. Oh, I hope I didn't forget anybody. Gas canister. But yeah, that invitation is extended, out there. If anybody has cool ideas for a collaborative micro build. Oh yeah, Beans and I just finished ours. Of course, that'll be up Saturday. That was the other one. So if you have any ideas and you want to do one, I'm totally game for them. We agree on some rules, and then we each make our own settlement, and we make our own video, and we add each other as collaborators and do the premieres back to back, like the way that Noodle and I did for Somerville. If you watched those. Thanks, Electron. I don't usually get tons of video views, uh, but we'll see how it goes. I get about the normal amount, nothing crazy, nothing horrible. Some of them I get put out and they get like 250 and I get sad. But I've had some get over 10,000, 14,000. Not many. Beans and I were talking about that. We'll get like 500, 700, 800, and then one will pop, for a few thousand. Then you'll go back to like 300, 400. Barb, what's up, man? How you doing? Oh yeah, I like to uh I like to do shout outs on my videos and people who have contributed, financially or gift wise to the channel I've been putting on the videos as a, shout out. See you, Detour. Have a great night. Detour. Detour and Tango. It goes, man. Hey, how did you want me to pay for that book? Where'd my gears go? Those are like rare. Bummer. That other gear disappeared. Okay, great. Yeah, I saw your... I have both of those. I saw your Cash App and um, PayPal on your stream. I'll have to stop in and get it again, or you can send it to me. Send me those on, wherever we chat. I think we're just chatting on BandLab, but you can send it on Discord, and I'll get that payment out as soon as I get back to it. And I'll send you my address. You're not allowed to stalk me, though. Isn't that weird? Like, sometimes I'm like, oh, don't give out your address on YouTube, but like, thousands of people from eBay have my address. So what does it really matter? Okay, cool. That works for me. Yeah, I'll get it paid up. Thanks for hooking me up with that. That'll be a cool present. True. Plus, man, it'd be kind of hard to find me. I'm not gonna lie. I guess not with an address, but the friggin' GPS doesn't even take you to my house, which I'm fine with. I don't want to wake up and see you outside doing a say anything. I can't quit you. Yeah, right. Lindsay's like, who's the guy with the beard in the yard? All right, I think that looks pretty cool. Yeah. Something that has been doing pretty well for me in regards to views is breaking up a long form video into like episodes, like 3 minutes a piece, and then making episodic shorts out of them. That actually has been a pretty cool strategy. I've been getting pretty good responses to those. So I think I'm going to do that with all of my long forms. Because I usually just do the snippet ones, because that's all you can do on your phone. So instead, I used the InShot, and I just took a longer one and chopped it up. I did that with the prison door one and the Murkwater deconstruction one with the Tango smuggler shack I made, and then I chopped them up into pieces and made episodes, and people seem to like that. So for whatever reason, I get more responses with streams and shorts, which is fine, honestly. But it's just weird, you know. YouTube's kind of random. You never know. Like, what am I doing with the lighters here? You know what of your stuff they're gonna actually promote. It seems like so random to me. He's in England though. Hey Guy, have a great night. That's definitely something a human or a non-human would say. Did you guys watch What We Do in the Shadows? Right. It's a yeah, it's hilarious. But it's a satirical vampire show, and it's yeah, Flight of the Concords is great too. I love that show. But yeah, it's the same kind of humor as like Flight of the Concords, and one of the characters goes off. He's a vampire, and he goes to like live among the humans, and he calls himself Jackie Daytona, real human bartender. That's funny stuff. It's Matt Berry from IT Crowd, which is also a win because that show's great. Yeah, the humans are dead in the Great Robot Uprising of the year 2000. Yeah, right. Codsworth voice. Yep, that's awesome. Yeah, it's Matt Berry. He was the boss in IT Crowd and lots of other things, but that's what I know him from originally. You broke the internet. Yeah, he's great. Okay. I've heard of that, but I have not ever seen it. So I still have to watch Jabberwocky. We're almost done with Game of Thrones, and I had to prepare Lindsay for the terrible last couple seasons. Oh yeah, we had to watch it. She had to see it. Well, it's worth doing it. So it's worth watching some popular shows like that. Um, so now she will understand the references, you know. Oh, hot dog tray is awesome. Oh, Grey Garden, awesome. Good luck. That is a fun one. I love Grey Garden. Yep, Electron, I completely agree. They ran out of source material and woo, did it go down quickly. Right. I think it was Terry Gilliam or Terry Gilliam. I don't know who else, but it's Monty Python adjacent. I've heard of that one too and haven't seen it. Did you guys like the Fish Called Wanda and Fierce Creatures? That was also Monty Python adjacent. No, Tango, I haven't yet. We're still finishing up Game of Thrones. And we're going to finish up For All Mankind after Game of Thrones. Fierce Creatures, it's the same troop, you know. Palin Cleese, Jamie Lee Curtis, and Kevin Kline. And it's awesome. It's hilarious. I saw Resident Alien a long time ago. I don't really remember it. I don't know how I feel about Firefly coming back. I'm never always with the crowd that's like, bring back our old shows. Oftentimes I'm fine with a show just ending and being gone, even if it's great. So I wasn't one clamoring for Firefly to come back. Time Bandits, I have seen Time Bandits, and quite a few times as a kid. I watched that a lot. It's been a long time though. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. We tried that show actually. Thought it was just okay. That's cool. I like the use of architecture. That's pretty neat. Late edition newspaper. Different building lanes. What would you call different building lanes? I feel like there are definitely different styles I have in my head. So like gritty realism is one I think of, and hyper whimsical, and everything in between that. Oh, Sugoi, I've done this hundreds of times. They'll be there. No, they'll be here. I could go back to settlements right now and show you that almost all of them are still there. Not all of them, but most of them. I don't have the problem with exploding settlements the way that people are always saying. I get a lot of comments. They're like, "How do you stop them from exploding?" I'm like, I have no idea what that means. Mine don't do that. Thankfully, I'm actually quite thankful that I have not experienced that. Also, a good way if you want to keep a settlement that you've decorated just for show, you can keep a hard save for it. The thing that I don't give them grenades. The thing that is the worst is, you know, walking into the settlement, which probably caused some problems when we went junk decorating or scavenging out there to bring stuff back. That probably, I bet you my settlers wouldn't have started fighting and all that crap. But I did just see the cameraman walking by. By the way, well, hello, Sugoi. I responded to your comment, but I didn't say hello. My bad. Yep, there are definitely those kinds of styles. Yeah, it's like, you know, what the settler calls for, or the settlement calls for, I think. I don't have that problem either. I think they will though. And I do have some guns in here from when I was doing the glitch. But I typically arm them when I assign them. So that may help too if they already have a gun. I don't know though. That's a good question. Yeah, it is subjective for sure. So okay, cool. Yeah, no ammo. Don't store ammo. I don't know what my primary style would be. Not this. This is a deviation. All right, I am going to take a real quick break. I'll be back in a few. Oh, all right. Hey, Action Ace, how you doing? Sorry, I was away from the screen. I guess if I had to pick the build that stylistically suited me the most that I've done is Grey Garden, and in particular the tavern and inn down on the cliffside. I think that suited me well for style and my personality. So I really like that one. And the up top area too, but um the tavern and inn the most. If I had to pick a style, I guess. All right. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, there are 3 Grey Garden videos, and the last one has all 3 areas. Um, the overpass, the tavern and inn, and the robot goofy stuff that I enjoy doing. I really like right, she conked out, didn't she? I also really liked my Somerville build. That's another one I think suited me a lot. But yeah, Noodle, yep, Noodle and JFK fell asleep. Moving day at Longfellow's? I don't know. It's probably going to be more like this kind of a style where you have more of a modern, retro, futuristic 50s feel. That's what pops in my mind anyway. Well, let's see. All right. Uh, well, thank you. We've come a long way. Well, I learned patience in my job. I've dealt with many, many thousands of teenagers and people in their early 20s. New toy car, cool. Yeah, I like the palette. That's cool. Well, you know, young people are like old people and middle-aged people in that most of them are just fine. It's always just the one or two that can be difficult. Yeah, the ones with knives. I mean, I've had some strange students. Let's just talk about some of these people. Guns. Yeah. So, I mean, I had one student draw like stick figures of flicking me off with like swastikas on it. And I'm just like, hmm. I had to get HR involved with that one. I like this sounds like something you should deal with. And there was another student who yelled at me in the middle of class, stood up and yelled at the top of her lungs. Don't you ever stop talking? I'm like, not really. I mean, that's kind of the job. But sorry. Not sorry. What a strange person. You're welcome. Oh my gosh. All right. Oh, yeah. Here we go. The garage is looking good. I wish the robots wouldn't have died, but oh well. Hey, where'd that small trash can go? I think I put it in the break room. There. Yeah, I have a couple. I put a couple out. And the hot dog trays. There's a hot dog tray. Put a couple in there. One there. There's a burger tray. Nuka-World has some awesome junk, that's for sure. Oh yeah, they look cool. Weirdos. Look at these weirdos. All right. Well, we're getting down to the bottom of the junk list. I can't believe it's midnight. Yeah, after I work my way through um, this junk list here, I can go through each room and see if we need anything in particular. And that'll wrap it up. Oh, cool. Action Ace. Vault 88 is a huge settlement and a lot of fun. I just did one there. I didn't actually build a vault, but I built something. I called it a scrappy takeover. I don't use the vault pieces to build vaults, but I love the vault pieces. I think they're cool. Well, I'm standing in one. So I don't build vaults with them, but they have so many cool different textures that you can use them for a lot of stuff. I mean, I could not have gotten this look with any other, place or piece, right? Hey, Lindsay, what's up? So Samus is this about the same, and it looks like both of her eyes now are unfocused. I thought it was getting better for a little bit, but now it looks like both eyes, and still no pain. It doesn't seem to be any pain. And she responds positively to touch. I know. I don't. I want to try to get her back in the bedroom when I get a bed. So yeah. I don't want to go to the vet. Half the time I go to the vet and they're like, well, you got to put them to sleep or blah, 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 or spend $6,000. And it's never anything good. So I'm not ready to confront that yet. I don't think she's going to die. I don't think it's life threatening, but it isn't good. I'll tell you that. But Noodle said, their dog got better. You just have to wait a few days. And, oh, hey, Noodle, what's up? We were just talking about, you were talking about your dog. The name escapes me, starts with an M. Was it Mog? I forget, sorry. Okay, both eyes. Yeah, both of her eyes are like back up in her head right now. Mojo. Okay. Mog is from Spaceballs. So, yeah, it does. And actually that's a best case scenario, I think. Like that's a good thing. Because although she's uncomfortable, it's not life threatening. She definitely doesn't like it. Well, I mean, why would she? I haven't seen the flickering. I haven't seen that. They're just kind of rolled up into the side. Okay, thank you. Yeah, she's definitely can't focus them together. But she does respond to touch. She does not have any pain that I can tell. Thank you. Yeah, it's pretty nerve-wracking. I don't want to leave her out here by herself, so I might carry her back to the bedroom. I might carry her outside, see if she's got to go to the bathroom. And then bring her back in. And in the morning, we would have to give her some water, make her drink some water. If she doesn't on her own, which I can't see happening. With the syringe or whatever. She's got to get some water. So I'll try to get her to go. I'll see if she wants to even get up. And maybe I'll just pick her up and carry her out. Pizza tray, cool. Samus from Metroid. Oh yeah, what happened ultimately to the dog? Did she recover? Wow. Yeah, I don't either. But 20 is crazy, yeah. That's pretty great. So Oh, awesome. Plunger. I was gonna put something there. I forget what. Oh. My game does this weird thing sometimes where I squat down and it activates like um, stealth mode, and then it's all blurry until I go back into the Pit Boy again. Uh, I have mostly sharp armor on, and one piece of sprinter, I think. It might be perk. I don't remember. It's been a while since I looked. I never made that connection picture in picture boy. You know, these are just about done. Yeah, they are cool. It comes from the Captain Cosmos Creation Club. The reporter items, I don't know. They're just rare things you pick up. I don't have many of them. They might be. That sounds about right. Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, Lindsay, have a good night. I will let you know if anything happens. She's sitting up. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out, and for everyone who gave the stream a thumbs up and sub to the channel. I appreciate everybody. Yeah, that is weird. Some people don't like the castle. Castle's pretty cool. Hey, definitely, Shane. I appreciate it. Hope to see you again. For sure. But we will be back here at Red Rocket, probably finishing it up. You're very welcome. Thank you. Oh, the dog is standing up. Hey, girl. She's standing up at least on her own power. Thank you. I appreciate it. Poor old girl. So I hope she will have a good night and get better, but she definitely can't see anything. So thank you, everybody. Thanks, Tango. Yeah, you heard her shake. That's a good news. She was not moving all night. So bye all.